It's Sunday, October 4th.
Yes.
And we are here with Stef Muller at the Old Shack.
Hello.
In kind of a bittersweet time.
Yes.
You're moving on.
Yes, I am. It took a long time to decide, but I'm ready. I feel it's time for someone else to stand in my shoes and use my spatulas.
You've been doing it for, when did you start?
20 years. 2000 we came here. 1999 we were in Ocean City. 2000 we came here, and for a couple years left and went to Miami, but then came back in 06, just Alex and I. Yeah, I was scared. But we managed. Yeah.
And we watched Alex grow up.
Yes.
You used to push her in the stroller.
As a matter of fact, you came over several mornings while I would run to watch her. I don't know if you remember. But yeah, everyone watched Alex grow up. Everyone helped in her upbringing. She is who she is because of the Shack, I truly believe. Yeah. This town was loving and caring, and yep.
So what was your mission or your vision for this when you opened, especially on your own? What did you want the Shack
to make a
do?
living. Honestly, what I needed at the time was to make a good living, so that I could take my winters and work part-time and be there for my daughter, to volunteer at school, to get her on the bus, get her off the bus. So this crunch time was what came in handy in the winter. And I just enjoyed working with people and serving people and just doing what I was doing, and I really didn't want to work for somebody else. I wanted to work for myself.
And you had a big part in an awful lot of kids. I know for our kids, that paid all their, we always called it their pizza money.
Yeah.
Their books and their
was
college
the best part.
expenses.
Actually, the best part of the job was the kids. I always say that. Yes, the town was great, and I loved everyone's support, but working with different kids every year was truly the best part. I've always wanted a big family, but only had one child, and this was like my extended family. And yes, I do remember your son was the one and only person in the 20 years who applied for the job with a resume. At 16 years old, I was so impressed.
So what did you look for in someone who was, because you took on young kids who probably their first job or
yeah. I just
time?
wanted kids who wanted to work, and believe me, they all wanted to work and they all wanted to learn. Sometimes it was a little more difficult than others, but for the most part, really, they just would stand there. What do you need? What do you want? How can I help you? Just wanted to work and earn their money here at the Shack. They did a great job.
There were also a lot of staff parties are going on, and
yeah, every year we'd have a staff party at the end of the summer, just as a thank you for their hard work. Yeah, and we'd either have a bonfire, go out to dinner, whatever worked. Yeah.
And I think you showed a lot of young kids, especially young girls, that, as you said, you needed to make a living, you needed to, and you ran a successful business for 20 years.
Yeah, I never really thought of it that way till the end, when I was going through my mind about everything. Like, wow, yeah, it's hard for a restaurant, I guess, to stay open for that long, and I couldn't have done it without the support and without the help of all the kids in Strathmere. Really, I could not have. Everyone was so supportive in many ways. When I needed trash cans, Len ran to the hardware store and grabbed me trash cans. Someone else got me picnic tables. Someone painted my picnic tables. Someone took my picnic tables out, hung my signs for me. Everyone helped out. It was truly, a group effort, I guess.
So there always seemed to be a lot of people sitting at the counter, obviously before this year.
Mm-hmm.
So would you call it a beach hangout or a
neighborhood?
What would you call it?
Yeah, well, people, I like to chat with people. I had my regulars come in for breakfast. I knew what they wanted. I'd get it started when I saw them getting out of their car. And yeah, it was I think just a comfortable place to be for people.
So what's the most popular breakfast item, would you say?
This year seems to be pork roll, which is really strange because it goes in waves. People like the scrapple because you can't get it everywhere. And of course the pancakes, which are, really simple, but everyone loves them.
Well, it's a weekend indulgence, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah.
And how have you seen things coming and going? Is it all the same? Cheesesteaks must be a big thing, and then you've got,
Yeah.
I won't say that's unhealthy, but then you have people who are watching their waistline.
Yes.
So
I had a lot of people ask for wraps, but I'm not a wrap kind of person, and some people would beg to differ. They would think that I should do that, but I like to keep it the way I have it, and that's it. So, I improvised. I used lettuce.
where did you learn to cook?
Just trial and error.
On the job.
On the job, exactly. Yeah. But I was going to mention also how there's a few people in town who worked here at the Shack. Lynn Fader used to do breakfast for me a long time ago. Leanne, she's a teacher, she used to do breakfast for me. These are people who were so important because it gave me my 3 mornings off, which I needed either to run to the bank, do errands, or sleep in, which I needed, working 7 days a week. Ed Teddemer would do Friday mornings and not accept any pay, but a bottle of wine or whatever I could find that he was. A bottle of wine usually is what I paid him with. Who else? Oh, and Kristen Abel. She was another morning person who really helped me out. Yep. That's all I had to take.
And do your kids come back to see you even when they're not working here?
Oh, they all do. Your daughter Lauren, I just heard she's taking the bar tomorrow. Good luck, Lauren. I've had Casey and Kelly. They were sisters who were here early on. They come back all the time to visit. They're very successful in their life and they're happy. Oh my gosh. Even people back to when Julio and I had the place, they come back in. I don't necessarily recognize them until they tell me that they worked here. I'm like, oh my gosh, because they're adults now and grown up. I had them when they were 14 and 15 years old. Yeah.
So what do people want for lunch when they come in?
Either buffalo chicken cheesesteaks, very popular with all of the lifeguards. They all get that. Chicken salad, of course, is on almost every order, is a chicken salad hoagie. Italian hoagies and cheesesteaks. Yep, pretty much.
And you have resisted all these years of shredding your lettuce. Why is that?
I just like the romaine lettuce. It's easier. It's cleaner looking. It's beautiful. It's nice and green. It looks fresh. That's why I like it. Same with the red onions. They're just a little different. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you're an all-cash business, too, for a while.
I never wanted to deal with the credit cards and the credit card companies and the fees. People didn't like that, but, it's 3 months out of the year. It's just how I did it.
Gotta make it.
I always kept it the same way. I really didn't change much, as you can see, even up to this stuff. Well, I took a lot of stuff down, but, the same stuff hanging on the walls.
And of course, everybody wants to know what's going to be here when you're gone.
Well, Jen Levy is going to be running a business similar, but she's going to introduce more things. I think maybe some healthier choices. I don't want to give away what it is she's going to do because she said she'll keep the Shack classics like the chicken salad, the Italian hoagies, Roman, stuff like that. But she's also going to work in some new stuff. Yeah.
And she's not going to call, I don't know if you even know this, so she's not going to call it it can't be Stef and Alex's.
No, yeah, she's going to rename it. And I wish her the best. She's also having a baby. And I think it's crazy that history is repeating itself because I remember those mornings with Alex and her taking her nap and me down here with the monitor and hearing her wake up. It's just similar. It's funny. Yeah.
How many eggs do you go through in a weekend, would you say? How many dozens? Or?
Oh my gosh. 45 dozen eggs at least. Yeah. one Saturday morning, it was a great surf day. It was late August, and I think it may have been the day of the kayak race or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But I went through 30 dozen eggs from 7:30 to 11:30. And meanwhile, I was like covered in eggs. Yeah. And so if you think about it, that's only 2 eggs per person. So how many people, whatever. You do the math. Yeah. It was very busy. Very busy. Yeah. But that's what I like the best, when it's like crazy like that. I thrive on that. So I don't know what I'm going to do to keep myself busy during next summer. I'm busy with the business that I'm running at home with my boss, but otherwise I'm going to have to find something to keep that going.
Oh, so you'll come in and work a breakfast shift?
No.
So what does it take to be a grill master at the shack?
What does it take? Just learning how to multitask. Seriously, that's all I can say. Is like, make sure all the meat is cooked, make sure your eggs are ready to go, make sure the grill is at the right temperature, that the eggs aren't sticking, pancakes aren't sticking. I don't know, I suppose just organizing your time and space, and because it's not a large grill, as you can see, so it's all about just, organizing.
Were you a runner? Were you always a runner, or did that happen?
No, I wasn't always a runner. I actually was going through something in my life at the time when I first started running, and it was something that kind of was a good release of my energy. So I kind of liked it and became, dependent upon it to keep my mind clear. And seriously, if I don't run in the morning, on a weekend morning, and I work, you can totally tell the difference because my mind is all over the place. It truly gets me, started with my day in a healthy way and clears my mind. Yeah.
So what did you do night times? You're a single parent with a little girl and just crawl upstairs?
Yeah, pretty much poured myself a glass of wine and watched TV. Didn't have much more energy for anything else. Yeah, maybe dinner out with Alex or, with my nieces when they worked here, which were always a nice touch. And my nephew, he worked here as well, long time ago. Yeah.
So we started to talk a little bit about the people in Strathmere. Can you tell the difference between a local and
Oh, totally.
Oh, really?
Totally. I'm like, they're a newbie. They have no idea. First timer. And you could, they ask for fresh squeezed orange juice. They ask for bran muffins. They, expect waitress service outside. No. And one of my famous sayings is, we don't do for you what you can do for yourself here at the shack. Coffee, get it yourself.
You had a lot of those on the backs of T-shirts that I washed for many years.
Yes, a lot of different sayings.
You get what
you get. You don't get upset. One of them. What was the other one? You'll love it even if it's not what you ordered. Because everyone's a winner in Strathmere, which I stole from Gar. I forget Gar's last name. You know Garwood. He always has the Strathmere Olympics, which I used to.
Oh, yeah.
They would hire me to.
Cheney.
Yeah.
And Cheney and Walkers.
The Walkers, yeah. Right. I have to say thanks to all the people who supported me, because I just ran into a guy this morning when I was running on the beach, and he had heard about me closing up or passing it on, and he had to thank me for always catering his volleyball tournament that they had. I forget his name, but nice guy, lives down in Whale Beach. The firehouse always had me catering their Thursday night dinners before Ed took over and cooked. The fishing club, the kids fishing tournament, the women's Jane Shetler,
the tournament, the fishing
the
tournament.
flounder tournament. Yeah, so many people. The Strathmere Olympics, everybody always hired me to, do their food, which was very nice. Nice support. Yeah.
So next summer or next Memorial Day weekend, when you aren't opening up, what are you going to do? How are you going to feel?
I don't know. I think that's when it's going to hit me. Probably like next year. Not necessarily this year, because it's always the same feeling at this time of year. You know, to close up, time to go. I think it is next year when I have to, when it's, first weekend in May. You know, that's when I start. Except for this year was 1 week later because of COVID and all that. But I think I'm going to feel like I'm missing something. Like, I don't know. I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. But hopefully learn to relax and enjoy it.
Take up surfing?
Take up surfing, yeah.
It looks like you've taken your boards down.
I've taken, some of them. Some I left up for Jen. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to learn how to enjoy life and relax and go to the beach with everybody else. Yeah.
Be like a regular life.
Yeah.
And just one last thing. You mentioned COVID. You had to change.
Yeah.
Did you lose everybody at the breakfast bar?
Yeah, I lost the counter people. Which was kind of an adjustment in the beginning, because I used to love to see the guys who came in for breakfast in the morning and chit chat about whatever, and so it was an adjustment. But then wearing the masks was another adjustment, because I had to make sure people were wearing their masks when they came in. I had to wear a mask cooking on the grill, which is not pleasant. The kids had to wear masks. So yeah, it was a lot different. However, the business didn't change much.
Really?
Because people were still coming and sitting outside when that was opened up, and they were taking it to go. So, yeah.
And you added a little ice cream feature. That was nice. You stayed open a little bit later
on the weekends, for ice cream. We had some kids always working for that, which was nice.
What's a shore town if you can't get an ice cream?
I know, even if it is just basic scooped ice cream. On most of the time, the darn cones were stale because they were not wrapped up. It's the Shack. You'll love it even if it's not what you ordered. Yeah, I had it was a great run. It was great, and people have been wonderful, and the kids have always been great.
Well, everyone is certainly going to miss you and Alex, who is now
18 and in Hawaii.
We should all be Alex.
Seriously. No, she decided after working, which she did, she busted her butt this summer with my niece Nicole, and they kind of ran the place along with the other girls, Caroline and Bella. And she said she worked too hard for her to go back and sit in her bedroom in Bluebell and take her online classes. She wanted to go somewhere nice, and it was her plan. She planned it all, and it all worked out. Yeah.
So she's doing her freshman year in Hawaii.
Yes, but Westchester classes. Yeah.
So you need to work out as sweet of a deal as that for you.
Seriously. Well, we hope to go visit. Her father and I are going to go visit her.
Oh,
so, yeah. I do want to get one picture that is like kind of iconic to the Shack. I forgot about it. I mean, it's faded and someone's kind of superimposed, but this is truly the Shack. Can you see it?
Oh, that was the year you entered the parade.
Yeah.
Oh, no, back a little bit. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, so much fun. You have so many great memories.
So many great memories.
And the kids all do too.
Yeah.
I would see in our kids a sense of independence, a sense of responsibility that working here made. They got up early. If they needed to get up early, they stayed late if they had to stay late. And that's something that you learn and you also do because you care about your boss.
Yeah. I truly, all these kids cared about me, I can tell. I overpaid your son Tom $100, which is a lot of money for, I forget, he was 17 or something. And he came back and told me, you overpaid me. And I mean, believe me, at the time when he worked for me, Alex was still little. I had so much other stuff going on, and so I wouldn't have noticed, believe me. But he noticed, and he was honest enough, which is wonderful, to come back and say, you overpaid me, and gave it back to me. Very proud of him. You should be very proud of him.
But enough about me. That's karma.
No, it's truly karma.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe in that.
All right, well, let me get a couple of pictures of the counter so that
Oh, here's this
memory.
funny quote too. I don't even know. Someone.
Why do I love Strathmere? Because I know 90% of the people most of the time.
No, just thank you, everybody. Really, thank you so much. I felt the love and I felt the support of everybody here in Strathmere and from the kids. And that's it.